Welcome to the Still a Man platform, where real conversations leads to real growth. Every Monday, step into Man in the Mirror, a platform where people come to share their journey, their past, their present, and the future. Real stories, real reflections, and real transformation. On Tuesdays, tap into the heart of the conversation with Still a Man podcast, honest talk, raw truth, and the kind of realness most people are afraid to dig into. And every Wednesday, ease into the middle of your week with Wind Down Wednesday, your space to reset, release, and recharge. 3 shows, 3 experiences, 1 platform built on truth, growth, and connection. Support the movement, subscribe, share, and stay tuned. Mondays, Man in the Mirror. Tuesdays, Still a Man podcast. Wednesdays, Wind Down Wednesday. This is the Still a Man platform. Real talk, real life, real people.
This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Well, it has happened again. Another American citizen has been murdered on the streets of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Well, here's what we know. 37-year-old man by the name of Alex Preddy, who happens to be or was an ICU nurse and a licensed gun carrier, right? He was allegedly at a protest, observing and recording the actions of the protest and ICE agents.
Agitating.
Supposedly, the ICE agents were in the midst of another targeted federal operation to apprehend a hardened criminal, so they say. During this time on Saturday, January 24th, 2026, 9:05 in the morning, Mr. Preddy was standing there recording and observing, and an ICE agent shoved a protester to the ground, a female protester. Mr. Preddy went over to intercede, present or himself as a shield so that this female protester would not be harmed. Now, he had his hands in the air, and to show that he was, coming in peace. Guess that's the universal time of universal sign of I come in peace. He was then pepper sprayed, himself and the lady that was shoved to the ground. Now, while he was kneeling down on the ground, probably trying to get himself together, after being pepper sprayed by the ICE agent, another ICE agent came up from behind, saw he had his weapon, his licensed weapon, mind you, that was concealed, and they took it off of his body. And then somebody, while he was on the ground, one of the agents, began beating him in the head with a canister. Perhaps it was one of the pepper spray canisters. I don't know what it was. I couldn't see it to be certain. But this person was beating him with the canister. Then they started stomping him out. Then the next thing you know, shot fired. Allegedly, it was to the back of the head. And then once he hit the ground, 8 other shots was fired. And then the ICE agents scattered like rats and left this murder to be handled by the local police, who in fact were told to stay away. Now, also, these guys took evidence from the scene, fled the scene with the evidence, the gun and everything, right? Wasn't supposed to do that. You're supposed to make sure that the scene is free of any type of can't taint the evidence, basically. Got to secure it. But these guys left. They and the mayor again and the governor, they're outraged. And they said that they will not allow DHS, Department of Homeland Security, to investigate this situation. They're going to do their own investigation and stuff like that. And they also got a subpoena and all this other stuff. It's real crazy. It's real crazy. But then a member of the presidential cabinet by the name of Kristi Noem said that Alex Preddy came to said protest with the intention of doing what'd she say? Basically damage, mass damage. He came there with the intent to hurt the agents, right? So that's what she said. And she also used her favorite choice of words, her statement. She said that he is a domestic terrorist. We heard that before. So that's what we know. That's what we know so far. And I, again, like the last situation with, I believe her name is Renee Nicole Good, people were divided. Seemingly so. And I don't know why they would be divided, because maybe because we're
Some
not
of your
supposed
facts is wrong.
let me finish. Maybe we're not supposed to believe what according to them, our lying eyes tell us. We're supposed to wait for them to tell us the truth. So that's where we are. That's where we're going to catch up. And Gregory, you'll get a chance to dispute this, and everybody else that has find fault in what I said or what the videos say. But if you see the videos, they present and dispute what Kristi Noem has said. All right. So we got 8 questions. All right. We're going in. So tonight, our panel members consist of Kiana, Patsy, Tanya, Sean, Bird, Gregory, and Robbie. All right. That's who we have right now. So let's do it, people. All right. We're going to go to question number 1. Question number 1. Was Alex Preddy gunned down by ICE agents because he was being chivalrous, or did they regard him as a violent threat? Let's go to Gregory first.
I'm gonna say both. And I wanna say that when you said he got stomped out, he didn't get stomped out. And he didn't put his hands up in defense. He pushed the ICE agent before they pepper sprayed him, and then his hands went up in the air. Because he was getting sprayed in the face with pepper spray. But you shouldn't be out there playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes.
Okay. Duchess, what do you say? Did this gentleman get gunned down because he was being chivalrous, or because they regarded him as a threat?
To this administration, anybody who's against them is a threat. but physically he was no threat. He had his phone in his hand. He was helping somebody who, again, just go around shoving people. That is not even a title of your job unless somebody was harming you. He just came out of nowhere and started shoving people. So um he's a coward, and that's all I'm gonna say for now.
Okay. Robert, did Mr. Preddy get gunned down because he was being chivalrous, being a gentleman, or because he was, as Christy Nome said, a domestic terrorist and they viewed him as a threat?
Uh, you know, they see him for what? No, let me just rephrase that. They see him for who they are.
Mm, okay. Like it. Patsy, what do you say?
He they didn't like that he actually went to cover the woman that they done shoved to the ground for no apparent reason. Um, so they pretty much, because he did that and he had his hands on no gun in his hand, it was on his belt. So, and he wasn't waving it at nobody if he didn't have nothing in his hand but his daggone gun. I mean his phone, and
Mm-hmm.
the other hand had nothing in it, and he was just showing the ICE agents his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't say like, look, I ain't got nothing to harm you with. He was just videotaping them, and yeah. So even with him doing that, they saw him as a threat because he was getting in their way of doing what they wanted, and they still was doing what they wanted anyways.
Okay.
And they're murderers.
Thought they was doing their job.
No, they
Yeah,
murdered that man. Sorry.
we shall see. All right, Sean, can you make light of this? Was Mr. Preddy gunned down by these ICE agents because he was being chivalrous or because they perceived him as a violent threat?
They perceived him as a violent threat because he was recording them.
Hmm. Uh, Sean, did you see the video?
I sure did.
Was this man stomped out?
Was he stomped out? Yeah, he was beat down. They tackled him to the ground.
Okay.
They
Okay.
didn't stomp him out though.
Yes, they
Why
did.
they
Oh my
didn't?
God, what do you
Why
think
not?
he
He
did?
They
did. A stomp out is when people are trampling somebody. They didn't do that to him. They was rustling
They
around with the
were
dude.
putting their feet
okay,
They
on
put their
but
him.
knee. They put their
okay,
knees
but
on him. They didn't.
No,
How
they
was
didn't. They
they
was
stomping on him? Their knees
illegal.
was on him.
Gregory, how did I answer the question? I said they beat them down, didn't I?
Yeah, but he asked if
Was I
he
didn't
was
use
stomped out like it was some
and
type of street
and
fight
so
That
I
was a
and a
answered
yeah.
gang
him and
jumping
said they
somebody.
beat him down. So let's stick with that.
Okay. Now remember, um, everybody is giving their view. All right. And so you got to be fair when the question is being presented to one of the panel members. You got to give them a chance to give their perspective. You can give your rebuttal once they're finished giving their perspective. All right. Sean, was you done?
Yes, sir.
Uh, T, what you got for us, Tanya? Was this man gunned down because he was being chivalrous or because they regarded him as a violent threat?
I'm gonna say both because I agree with Sean. I agree with Kiana. I say that they did what they did to him because he was being chivalrous by helping. First of all, like Sean said, they viewed him as a threat, and like Kiana said, anybody that's against them, they view as a threat because he was being he was recording them. Um, they viewed him as a threat, and they viewed that woman as a threat as well because she was recording is why they pushed her. He ran across. He ran from across to where she was and ran and pushed her to the ground. And then he tried to help her by trying to get her up. And then they came to come after her again. And he put himself he covered her to keep them from beating on her. Then they put the spray in both of their faces. And then the one officer, one of the thugs, because they're thugs, and they did stump him out because it was like a gang of people jumping on him. They beat him in the head with the canister of the spray, the sprayer. And then the other guys came over and was punching on him and beating on him and then holding him down. The one took his gun away from him that he wasn't brandishing. It was a concealed weapon, and walked across the street with it. And then another one took out a gun and shot him. And then more people shot. He was shot 10 times
by 2 different officers.
And where was the first shot?
point blank.
Where?
In his back, I think they said.
I thought they said the back of the head.
Oh, I don't know if it was the back of. Yeah, because he was.
I thought they said his gun went off.
No,
they took his gun.
As they went to go take his gun, the gun went off.
No. The gun. All right. I'm gonna let Tanya finish. I'm sorry, T. Go ahead.
His gun did not go off, and you're right, David. It was the back of the head because the officer was pointing his gun right at his head.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Gregory, you said something. Gregory.
No, I said that when they went to go disarm him, the gun went off, and then they started firing because they didn't know where the gunshots came from.
No. Okay. Go to the next person, Dave.
B.
You need to go to your local
That's not accurate.
optometrist because I don't know what's wrong with your eyes.
Not at all.
Hold on, I'm gonna let y'all respond to what Gregory said. Right after Bert. So
maybe we all should watch this video again together at the end.
No. Mr. Bert, you with us?
Yep.
All right. Was Alex Preddy gunned down by these ICE agents because he was being chivalrous or because they regarded him as a violent threat?
When you say chivalrous, what was he doing to help somebody?
Yes, he did. He put himself between the
it was impeding justice.
He put himself between the offender and the victim, the first victim, the lady that was pushed to the ground.
I mean, if we look up the definition of domestic terrorism, you going against your country and the government, you are considered a terrorist. Any country, foreign terrorism is a foreign person against our government and our country. This is part of what the government and the country is impeding on the country right now to deal with it. So if you're against it, you're against the government, you can be deemed a terrorist. So I don't watch the video. I don't really engage in anything like this that doesn't go on that affects me. I don't want to impose other things going on probably in the world if it doesn't directly affect me. So I'm very blind to what's going on with this because I hate to say I don't really give a shit about ICE. I hate to say it. I think it's bullshit. They're only collecting black and brown. They're not looking for Asian immigrants, Irish immigrants, Italian immigrants. They're not looking for any other immigrants but black and brown. So
That's not true. They took some Asians up out of here too.
All right, but let's talk about how many more black and brown they're going after in neighborhoods.
Exactly.
That's what they're looking for. So I'm really not much interested in what's going on, but for definition purpose, I would think you're a terrorist if you're going against the government. The military fights terrorism, foreign and domestic. That's the role of every military person that signs up. They take an oath to fight for their country with both foreign and domestic terrorists. So,
but they're not military.
It doesn't matter. They're appointed.
They're a federal
agents.
It's not the same.
But the federal government is what? It's not a state. It's not state to state.
It's a federal agent, but there's a difference between a federal agent and a military military. They're two separate entities.
The military is federal. It's governmental. It doesn't matter what it is, whether they're military or not. ICE agents are fighting foreign and domestic terrorism. I think the police would probably fight it. They get involved. They caught the Unabomber or whoever the guy was at the marathon. It's just, it is what it is. If it's appointed by the government, it's federal, it's for the entire country. I'm just saying, this is what our election provided a person like that to do things like that. I have mixed feelings about immigration, but I also believe the country was built on and by immigrants. There was only one race here at one point in America. Now it's multicultural. How do you think all these people got here? They allowed immigrants to help build railroads, construction, everything about putting this country together, but now we shut them out. The ones that are doing right and living right deserve that. I think they should stay. The ones that are out here raping and pillaging and doing nothing and just living on the system and being no real contribution to our country, then you need to go. So I'm a little mixed. I'm a little uneducated. But I have my own feelings about this. So that's all I'm sharing.
Well, that's why that's what we're here for, to
All
get
my
everybody's
personal feelings.
to get
What I speak
everybody's
has nothing to do with that video and has nothing to do with what's going on. These are just
okay.
personal views that I
That's
share.
that's what we want. We want your perspective. So, Sean, you and Kiana was getting ready to rebuff what Gregory had said. Sean, I heard you say that's not what happened.
Trying to remember what he had said. I can't remember what Gregory actually said that I said wasn't accurate.
I
He
said
said,
we all should just watch the video again
No.
together at
But
the end.
before that,
I said that he tried to he tried to
He
disarm
said
him and
that
the gun went off.
his gun went off, and his gun
oh yeah,
didn't go off.
no,
It
his gun
didn't go
never,
off
his
because it
gun,
was in the holster,
right,
and the
his gun,
police took it out the holster.
not the police, the ICE
I mean, the
agent.
ICE agent took it out the holster and walked
Mm-hmm,
across the street with it.
mm-hmm.
Right.
And here's the thing: even if, let's just say, Gregory, the gun did go off, they didn't shoot until
Because they
the
wasn't
agent
aware that there
Let him
was a gun.
finish. Let him finish.
they huh
They
Let
wasn't aware
they
that there was a gun until it went off.
but it
It
never
No,
didn't
went
go
off.
off at all.
no.
The gun didn't go
It
off
never
at
went
all.
off because the agent himself is the one who put his hand on his gun, took it out of his holster, and proceeded to walk across the street.
and then
And
Right.
then that's when the other guy. Now, here's the thing: even though we can see the video, I heard no audio, so I don't know what was being
I've
said that
I've
even
seen.
made.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
I don't know what took place that made the guy who started the whole thing walk up behind him while they already had him down, beating him down and restraining him, and just walk up and put one in the back of his head.
because
How
that
reckless that is. Let me show you how reckless this organization is, at least this group of organizations. Even in police and police tactics, you is no way that and you're being combative with a suspect, if you will, and everybody is wrestling to the ground, and out of nowhere, one of you all stand up with no warning whatsoever and just lick off a shot without thinking that you can jeopardize your fellow comrade.
Same thing I said.
yes, Kiana, I was about to say that. Speak to that because you was telling me about that. Give your feelings regarding that too.
Because these people are shooting with reckless abandon for their so-called co-workers. You would never just shoot with, like I said, your partner right there,
Right
some
there.
other people who are helping you right there, again, without, like Sean said, without some command that something's going on and y'all need to back the hell away so I can get the shot in. You just don't do that.
Mm-mm.
That's I don't even care. I think that's almost any basic training when you have some firearms. So
Mhm.
it's ridiculous.
So
Mhm.
And let me add
go
that
ahead.
they feel like they could do whatever they want because the vice president and the guy that they got rid of told them that they can do whatever they want to do. They had immunity. They had absolute immunity.
We're
It,
in quote unquote immigration martial law. That's why. They got the right to do whatever based on the mass takeover by the government to rid this country of illegal immigrants. So they basically have carte blanche, is what they're giving them. It's like martial law. If they deemed martial
Well,
law in this country, they could shoot people, and
This is a test.
you're
That's a
not going to be
test.
committing
Mhm.
a crime. You're not going to be
but
charged with a crime.
martial law hasn't
So
been
what I'm
taken,
saying is,
and
we're,
and and the
we're in
and
martial law by immigration. We're not in martial law because all the citizens of this country are out of control and we're looking for anarchy and blah blah blah.
they're the
We
ones who doing the anarchy.
we have
No,
exactly.
martial law
they
against
are
immigrants.
obstructing justice.
You
They
know,
Not when
shouldn't
they
be
Well,
out there
ICE
doing.
ain't
They didn't
designed
do it
by
to Obama.
the
Why
ones
are they
that they're
doing it?
gonna
Because
try to
Trump's the
kill.
president? It's
No,
ridiculous.
no, we have a right. First, they trying to quell our civil liberties. They don't want us protesting. Anybody that goes against Trump, that we have a right as American citizens to be upset with the government on how they're running things and
you have a
speak
right to
and
protest, you have
speak.
a right to
Let me
assemble.
finish and speak our minds about what we like and what we dislike about them. And he put these people out on on the streets to terrorize us, to try to beat us into
Who is
submission.
us? They who
The
be who into
people, the
submission?
American people, because he's
The
not doing it
American
to
people
immigrants.
that's out there doing that obstructing justice. They're
No, they're
going against
not.
their government. Yes, they
Yes,
are.
thank you, G.
What the
Thank you.
hell? This is the
Thank
craziest
you.
shit I ever seen. What's the difference between him
Thank
and
you.
Obama? Somebody explain that to me right now. They got the same person that was
Obama did
running the
not go
ICE,
out
the
and
same person that was
have,
running ICE when
but
Obama was
Obama
president
didn't go out and
is running
say,
the ICE
y'all
now.
go
No,
shoot up.
he's not. They
Yes,
got
he
rid of
is. It's
all
the
those
same guy. Look
people.
it up.
They
I
got
promise
rid
you.
of those
It's the
people.
same guy. It's the same guy. What are y'all talking about? He won a medal.
Everybody can
The,
hear when
the
everybody's
dude won a
talking.
medal with Obama, but now he's working with Trump, and y'all are out here like, oh, this is so wrong because he's the devil. And I've never seen the devil have satanic people send goddamn bad wishes towards another satanic person. So I just don't be getting y'all whole goddamn theory on this guy is so evil.
pause for a minute. I wanna touch on this before we question of Robbie. You want to say something?
I just, this is what's wrong with the country right now. The people that support this bullshit. You
Hmm.
can see it, you can smell it, and if you
It
pretend
was
that you
outright
don't
murder.
recognize it, you're part of the bullshit. And that's the bottom line. Donald
Oh,
Trump got ICE on the streets to do exactly what you're doing right now. Distraction. Talk about ICE killing, committing serious crimes all around this damn country, and then some. He got he got that Greenland story going on and all of this distraction. So you
Exactly.
guys won't focus on him getting out that White House and them damn files that they try to
Well,
carry
America
him
doesn't
front to the
want that.
back.
Only the
And
crazy
that's why ICE
motherfuckers out there want that.
listen, that's why ICE is being allowed to carry on all of this stuff that they're doing. And he's acting like they're not doing nothing wrong, but the people are tired and they're showing videos from their cell phone and then some. You cannot lie and run from
Them people are out there
sharing
beating
the
up their
truth.
own people. They don't even, they're attacking people thinking it's ICE and they beating up people in the
It
protest
is
Robbie,
movement.
ICE. Pay
They out
attention,
there losing
Gregory.
their minds.
Robbie,
Gregory, you are losing your mind. You need to wake up and really see what the heck's in those videos and be honest with
I've never
yourself.
seen people so upright to go against the law, but y'all never did this
But
when
he
they
didn't
had
go
y'all
against the
never
law.
did
He
this
was
when
just
they had
watching
stop and
them
frisk for black
from.
people. I didn't see nobody running up. No, you can't arrest them. I didn't see y'all running out blowing whistles talking about here
Nope.
comes the D boys. So
Nope.
these people can't arrest your own people. Y'all are crazy. And you think that I need to wake, y'all need to wake up.
I mean,
It'll
we're all
lose
living,
y'all in a
You need
we're
to
all,
heartbeat.
wake
Like
we're
up.
all living
I
on
thought
that.
you
morals.
woke. I saw the videos.
So
No,
pause for a moment. Pause for a moment.
everybody's living on. Hold on, everybody's living on feelings and morals. But if you ain't looking at in a legal perspective, then you're really out of tune. You're just living on morals, and that's fine. It's not right. It's not fair, right? That's a moral. That's a feeling. But now we're talking laws and written stuff that this president chose to basically. I'm still going to stick to this is martial law on immigration, on immigrants. They have allowed them the same authority and power that they would allow the military to call martial law in a state or the country. They have the same laws in place, or not even laws, but when they take over. This is what the military will do. The military will shoot you. There's a curfew at 9 o'clock. You get caught outside, they'll shoot you.
Okay,
That's
stop
part of
right there.
martial
Okay.
But
law.
here's
It's a
Let,
here's
let,
mass.
here
let,
It's a
let,
mass
let me
here
let me
takeover.
let me ask Bert a
here's
Hold
question.
on,
Because
guys. Hold on.
we couldn't
Hold on.
control the immigration, so now another agency's been called in to put a hold, put a choke, put a whatever you want to call it on all the immigration issues, the immigrants.
Mhm.
Let's
Okay,
be
but
real. That's all it is. You're living on your feelings, and that's fine. But
well,
Hold
feelings
on.
are
let
facts.
me
Hold
ask
on,
When I
guys.
let
talk
me
Hold
of
on,
ask
facts,
Bert
Tanya.
this
you
T,
question.
don't have to
T.
add
Hold on,
anything. It's not
T.
even added. Think
Hold
legal,
on.
not moral.
Hold on,
Go legal,
guys.
not
Stop right
moral.
there. Everybody pause. Everybody pause for 1 second because I want to get this in. Sean, I'm going to come back to you. Tanya, I'm going to come back to you. Timmy, welcome. We are still on question one. I'm glad y'all very dispassionate about it, but I cannot
This
allow
ain't passion. It's
this.
law.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. I can't allow this to go unchecked. So I have to say something to this. Berg is correct in the fact about the martial law according to immigration.
No,
However,
there is no
wait,
however.
stop. Yes, there is, because what I'm about to tell you is
It's on the
this
if and
is
the but.
no, this is a test. That's what this is. What he's doing right now is a segue to what he wants to happen overall, which is martial law. So make no mistake, what's going on in Minneapolis is a test. They're seeing how far they can push the envelope.
There's
Also,
no reason for martial law.
that's where that's where I
but,
was
but
going
wait,
with
but
it.
Not out
wait,
of control.
let me make this other point, right? Gregory, you said the gun went off while his gun went off, right? I just want to be
Those
clear
are the
about
conflicting
no,
views
no,
that
no.
they're
Went
Wait,
off
wait,
how
saying.
it takes
stop,
like
It's
stop,
two,
still
three
stop,
they,
pounds
the
of
stop,
story
pressure
still
stop,
isn't
stop.
to fire
complete.
a gun.
Listen to what I'm
Still an
saying to you.
investigation.
Listen to me. In
A
order
trigger
for
has
us to
to be
have this
pulled to fire.
conversation, in order for us to have this conversation, y'all gonna have to let someone else speak. And now I'm gonna speak. So listen to what I'm about to tell you. You said that, but if his gun went off, it was not because he fired his weapon, because he did not
That's the
access his.
point.
Stop and
As
listen.
a as a
Stop
as a
and
armed
listen. Just
citizen,
stop and listen. What
I'm
I'm
listening.
telling you
Go
is,
ahead.
what I'm telling you is, if the gun went off, it was not due to him. It was due to them. They disarmed him. So
And the
if the
reason
gun,
why he
it
was
doesn't
in that
support your
whole
argument, though, G. That's
yes,
what I'm
it does.
saying
The
to you.
reason why he was in that altercation is because of him. It would have
No,
never happened if
no,
he
no,
didn't go in
no,
there and
no, no,
started
no. I am
obstructing
referring to you
justice,
saying his gun went off. If his gun
turning
went
himself
off,
into
it
a
was not
domestic
because of
terrorist.
him. It was not
Yes,
because of him. He never fired it. It would have had to be
If he
fired
never went over
by.
there pushing on the officers, they
He
would
did
have
not.
never
He
even
didn't
had a
go. He
chance
Gregory,
to
didn't go put.
tackle him
Gregory, did
Gregory,
you
and
say
figure
you
he
out
didn't
that he
watch
fired
had
that
two extra
video.
clips
You did
and a
not
nine
watch that
millimeter on
video.
him.
You
What are you
didn't watch
talking
that
about?
video because that man did not push no officer.
Yes, he did. I did
No,
watch the
he did,
video.
Gregory.
Yes, he did.
Watch
He
it
pushed him.
again.
He
When
pushed
we
him
get
right
done
before
with
he
this
pepper
show, you
sprayed him.
watch it
You
again.
watch it again. You
I
watch
did
it again.
watch
I
it. I
told you we
watched
can
it on
watch it again
multiple
at the end of
things,
this.
not
I already
just on
told y'all that.
this.
That'll settle this.
Hello.
All
We can
right,
Then
watch
you
it
can
again.
watch that and
all right,
watch it on
all right.
That
other stuff
man,
too.
Now, can,
they removed his gun from him. One and
Exactly.
then they jumped on the dude. They tackled him down. What the hell y'all pulling your gun out for? The man's down on
And
the
he pulled
fucking
the gun out
ground.
until the gun
He's
went off.
unarmed. He's unarmed. Y'all done unarmed him. You pepper sprayed the dude. You put him down on the ground. You started beating on him. And what the hell y'all fucking shooting the man for? He is down on the fucking ground unarmed.
Uh-oh.
That is cold-blooded murder.
Yes.
And
All right,
let me say this
go
about
ahead, Tanya.
what Bird was talking about martial law with for immigration. So, in other words, you're saying that because they shooting American citizens, and because we're all immigrants, so that makes it okay.
No.
We're not all immigrants if we were born here.
Hmm.
That's what we was told, right?
No,
Yeah.
that's the real truth. That's
What
why I
Listen,
don't
and
history
understand
that's
why they
show
got people
everything.
out
That's
here
what you
saying,
was told.
ICE
That's what
need
I'm
to
saying.
try
A
that
lot of
on me. Like,
All
for
right,
what? You
I'm gonna
sound
tell
like a
y'all this,
clown. You're not even an immigrant, a
ladies
legal
and
immigrant. What are
gentlemen.
you doing?
Let me say this because we on question one, and I like I said, I love you guys' passion whereas this is concerned. But I'm going to say this before we move on. Wait, before I do that,
let
Sean, did you get your rebuttal in?
Yeah, I'm good. We can move on.
Somebody else was just about to say something. Was that you, Kiana? Okay, all right. So it wasn't nobody.
No, not
people
exactly. I
agree.
just said some people need to see an optometrist. That's
Okay,
all.
all
Maybe
right.
you have cataracts or something.
It's no, it's by choice and design. It's nothing wrong with people's
Yeah,
vision.
because
Nothing. It's
That's
all by
all.
We
design.
can
So
so
watch
you
the
so
can have a
video
great
again
debate.
all right. So
together
let
I
at the
know it's
end.
cognitive dissonance, but I still think people need to get their vision checked.
You
I'm gonna
don't
tell
think there's
y'all
gonna be
this.
more of these?
We
You
can
don't think
It should
watch
be
more
the
is gonna
video
yearly.
happen?
again together.
Everybody needs their eyes checked
Listen,
yearly.
what we're gonna do
Listen,
is
Mike,
what
it's
we're
the
gonna do.
reality.
What we're
The
gonna do.
reality is.
Here's the reality of this, right? What we're gonna do because we need to move on to question number two. So what we're gonna do is right now we are gonna agree to disagree. But like Gregory suggested, at the conclusion of this recording, everybody stay here. Don't go nowhere, and we will
And
watch.
then we gonna see who got the cataracts.
Yes. Okay. I will
Gotta
wait.
let them know what they're doing.
So that being said,
Take a picture.
let's wait till the end of because we can't believe our lying eyes, but we're gonna find out. But hold on. We're gonna go to question number two. All right. Question number two. According to Christy Knowles, the ICE agent that shot and killed Alex Preddy fired defensive shots, saving his life and others. However, there are several disarmed videos that dispute her findings. Okay, so she said he fired defensive shots. Now, let that marinate. She said that he fired defensive shots, right? Okay. Now, the video that are circulating dispute what she said. It shows something totally different. All right. So, do you agree or disagree with Christy Knowles? Sean, you're up first.
All right. I'm going to disagree based off of what I saw, but I'm going to agree with her based off of, and this is jacked up, but this is what they're standing on. It's a defensive shot because they're going out of their way to deem him as a domestic terrorist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So just being in the altercation alone and him being labeled as such by them
Mm-hmm.
makes it to them a justifiable act. That's where some of our members on the panel will agree with it like that because that's their thinking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you got more? Wait a minute, Timmy. Wait, Tim. You got more, Sean?
So morally, we all know that this was wrong, but based on the wordings and the guidelines and everything like that, that's what she has to stand to. Now, I'll throw this little bit out there and we can investigate this after the fact because I want to stick to what you want us to talk about. But
Mm-hmm.
right now, they're in an uproar because they're now speaking against each other.
Yeah.
Yes, the DHS.
So then I'll leave it there because that's not what our assignment is. So
Yeah.
we'll go.
We'll
to the
take that
next.
into consideration. All right. So again, the question is, according to Christy Gnomes, the ICE agent that shot and killed Alex Pretty fired defensive shots, saving his life and others. However, several other what you call videos dispute these findings. Tanya, what do you say?
I disagree.
The reason being?
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Timmy?
I can't. If anybody believed that bullshit that she gave, how the hell can he shoot in a defense shot when the man's on the fucking ground? He got 5, 6 goddamn agents holding him down. And then not one goddamn shot, 10. 10 shots. How the fuck you call that a defense shot? You killed them cold blooded. And y'all trying to cover it up by saying, oh, he had a gun. He had a fucking, that's his Second Amendment right. He had a license to carry concealed weapons. And you guys, you damn people go out there and kill the innocent man. Now, it's just not him. You did it to the Renee Goody. So come on, y'all, you can't tell me that this ain't thuggish, brutality. That's what this is. Murder is. That's what they are doing right now. They are getting away with murder, so they think.
Okay.
Because the Christy Gnome, he about to fire her. He already fired Gray Bongino. Yeah, Bongino. He already fired him. He's firing her next because they bringing too much attention. He want them to do what they doing, but he don't want them doing it where there's a lot of attention on them.
It's pawns. It's pawns. That's what they are. Tim, permit me to move on to Patsy. Patsy, question number 2. According to Christy Gnomes, the ICE agent that shot and killed Alex Pretty fired defensive shots, saving his life and others. However, there are several other videos disputing her findings. These videos show that these ICE agents murdered an unarmed man. Patsy, you agree or disagree with these findings?
I disagree. Like you say, they already had disarmed him, so and pepper sprayed the dude. So how was he being endangered? Y'all had him on the ground, stomped him out and everything, and then y'all didn't shot him cold blooded. So I totally disagree with that.
Okay. Gregory, what do you say?
I agree. Like I said, there's conflicting views. So you got one person's view and then you got another person's view. It's all about who's painting the narrative. I told you, he pushed the officer, they pepper sprayed him. They didn't disarm him until he was on the ground. But if you look from one of these angles, it looked like he's reaching on his hip after they started pepper spraying him when he starts going towards the car. But it's my eyes deceiving me, I guess. And then when they get him on the ground, like I said, the gun must have went off, and that's why they're saying that the officer he was defending himself. And once again, if you're an officer, you don't know this man has a gun. Only one person disarmed him. It wasn't like they all disarmed him and seen it. The gun goes off as you're disarming this guy. Yes, they're firing. They don't even know where the shots came from.
No. Let me be
Yes,
clear.
yes. What?
Stop.
No,
Pause.
they
Pause.
know because they shot him.
Yeah, Gregory, the shots all came from behind. So how did this man?
That's because they laid the man on his back, on his stomach. What are you talking about?
So
They
you're
came over
telling
the hood
me
because they stood up and shot the motherfucker.
no, they didn't.
Yes.
It
Yes,
was
they
the
did. They
man that
stood up.
started it
Listen,
initially.
they was holding him down and everybody got up. When everybody got off him, they shot him. Yes. Because the gun went off.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Kiana, what do you say? Do you agree or disagree with Christy Nome's findings?
I disagree, but she has a script to justify the unjustifiable.
Okay.
Go to Robert next. He's very
Go ahead, Robbie.
Okay, I just want to say I disagree, but I do want to say this. For this man that they're trying to say he was a threat, they just used him to make an example out of. Because prior to this, ICE was told on social media, I don't know if all you guys seen this, they was gonna find out and get a bullet in their ass. This is the exact words. New Black Panthers showed up on the screen.
Oh my
Please
God, they
let me
got
finish.
denounced. They got
You don't.
denounced.
I'll let you talk.
They're the
Gregory,
new Black Lions now. You
Gregory,
didn't see that? They gave
Gregory.
up. They got. They, I
One
can't let
second.
them do it. I can't
One
allow it.
second. I keep
Can't
cautioning
allow it.
you. I
Sorry,
told you, let them finish their
ain't no
thing.
goddamn Black
Let them
Panthers.
finish. Go ahead, Robert.
So I go to say this for this the reason. They told them, Donald Trump and all of them heard this video. You hear everything else. You don't want no one talking against you and your movement. They told them, Black Panthers are in the house. Touch any lady or man or children while we out here. You see this, what we got in our hand? A stout rifle shotguns. They all had them. They said, look at them over there. Why y'all not effing with us right now? Because you scared to touch one of us. Because you know we'll put a bullet in your ass. So now, if they said that man was looking for
Because they're not
trouble,
illegals.
if the man was looking for trouble, he was licensed to carry, but he should not have brought his gun to a protest. That's what they're trying to say.
That's what they
New
said.
Black Panthers was at y'all protest. You did not beat them down, shoot them in the back of the head or nothing. I don't want to even hear nothing else.
That's
Okay.
because
They
they
didn't
love
attack the ICE
innocent
officers
people.
either. They
Why
didn't
have
Let
a
me
attack.
just
why have a
let me
war
just say this
with
since
innocent
Robert
people
brought up
around? That can't
the
happen.
fact about the Second Amendment, and now they saying that you can't bring a gun to a protest. When this Kyle Rittenhouse brought a gun, he was walking down the street with the shit on his
We
shoulder.
talking about the teenage white boy did
Yes,
shot fired into the Black
yes,
Lives
and they
Matters
was doing all this
protest.
talk about it was his Second Amendment right.
Mm-hmm.
And now they saying that this man didn't have a right to bring his gun to a protest.
Listen,
But the
you know in that terrorist act against our government, you don't have a right to bring a gun there because again, martial law. They're not calling it that, and Kiana said it clear. That's the verbatim they have to use to justify. He was a threat. That's all they have to say. That doesn't need proof. Their word is bond because they are in charge right now. They
Mm-hmm.
over they over they're over all other levels of law and policing in any state. They outrank them right now. They have full control of any state they walk in to do whatever it takes to control the immigration problem.
If
That's
that
why
was true, they wouldn't be having to go to court to defend themselves. If
then
that
that's
was true.
fine, but nothing's gonna happen.
If that
Nothing's
was
gonna
true,
happen.
these states would not be filing taking them to court and suing them for their actions.
That's okay. They're suing the government. They're not suing. They got no personal suit against the person that's ICE crowned.
They
They're
can't
just
even.
answering questions for a suit against the government. You're not gonna beat the government. No one is. And this ain't this is the second. There's gonna be a third, fourth, fifth, probably 50th. This is
There's
not gonna
already been
stop.
a third shooting.
This is not gonna stop. This is
They
gonna
ain't
keep
getting
going
no
until
funding.
they get
Hold,
order.
hold
You
on,
They
can
ain't
y'all.
go
getting
on
no
YouTube.
funding. They ain't gonna get no
Mm-mm.
funding.
They already got enough money, Timmy, to do whatever they want.
Talking about?
Yes.
Nah.
From
They
that
said,
big
Yes.
beautiful
oh
bill
no,
gave them
no,
enough
no,
money to
no,
do
no,
whatever.
Tanya. The
Then we just
Democrats
sold, we
and the
just sold billions of
Republicans
dollars
just
in oil.
said they wasn't
We got
giving
money.
them another dollar for what they out here
Let me
doing.
let me be clear about what
We got oil we
Tanya's
just
saying and what
sold.
you Timmy, let me be clear about this. What they're trying to do is defund DHS. However, like Tanya said, the big beautiful bill it gave ICE funding enough funding to last until Donald Trump is out of office. So they don't need no money because they've
We
already
got
received it.
we got free oil.
They got that too.
That's money. That's
Bird,
untapped money. Unneeded funded money. Nobody got to fund that. We stole oil. We got
Bird,
billions of dollars right now in oil alone.
So
Bird.
now this country has become just like the other autocratic
No,
countries.
they're
No,
just going back to what
they
our
took out a
forefathers was.
dictator. What's wrong with that?
We're,
Obama did it.
we're just going back to
I
what
don't
our
get y'all
forefathers
arguments. This
was.
is crazy.
Right.
What this country was built on. Force. Take what you want.
Yeah,
Care about what
Every country.
making everybody
Every
enslaved
country is
while they
like this.
doing it.
well, it's also the American way.
Yeah.
Every country is like this. Other
We
countries
we
in,
we supposed to be the
in Europe
exception
are
to the
killing
rule.
people.
That's what we pride ourselves on saying.
And that's what made us great. And now we're not because we're just like everybody else.
Okay, well let's go to question number 3. Bird, stay right there because I'm coming to you. Question number 3. Would it shock you to learn that both the president and his spin doctors have no misgiving as it relates to using propaganda to influence public opinion?
That's what it's built on. Propaganda, media influence. All of this stuff makes us want to think a certain way. It's probably a small grooming part of dictatorship. We may be heading in that direction. I don't know. I mean, if everybody on this panel, I'm believing, is trying to live a righteous life and do right and live right, but it's unfortunate that we got a lot more people doing wrong and not right here. And it's destroying our culture. It's destroying our culture. I mean, I don't even want to get into that. That's a whole nother story. We're killing ourselves. And they're laughing. They're sitting back letting that shit happen. But the younger generation has been influenced by some of the older generation, and that's just where they're heading. But at the end of the day, the same thing's happening here. They're taking back what needs to be run away because our way, obviously, where are we going? What are we doing? We have a whole nother set of people that don't belong here doing a lot of heinous shit out here. So, my opinion, they got to go. All of them? No. You've been living here. You've been here 10 years. I don't know. That's my morality, right? Saying you deserve a chance to be here and stay here. But the ones that are pillaging, kill them. Go back to your country. You go to other countries, that's what they do. They will kill you. Go to some of these prisons in these other countries. You're not gonna live right. You're not gonna last. None of us are gonna last. I mean, but if you're living right, you last. But if you don't live right, you die in other countries. They're not playing. They don't have rights and laws like we do. But we take that for granted. So if you are going against what they put in place, they're gonna use all the bullshit lines to say to justify all of this because this ain't over. There's gonna be more killings on this, or someone's gonna finally, like Robert said, your black whatever party, they're not gonna have a shootout in a crowd of people with them guys. So no, I don't think that would have been. You would have killed. Everybody would have killed people. The Panthers or whatever they are, the Lions, they would have killed innocent people, and ICE would have murdered innocent people. Of course, they're not going to stand off with them with multiple guns. But law and order has to be determined by somebody. You rely on the law to help you when you're in trouble. Our country's in trouble, and another set of laws are coming in to take control. Because obviously, we couldn't manage it and handle it. So someone else has been deemed and deputized to come take over and get rid of the people that don't belong here.
Okay.
Maybe they should all wear body cams. That'll probably be.
They are supposed to have those on.
That's what I'm saying. Any interaction should automatically be a body cam activation.
They're destroying the evidence. That's what they're
Right.
talking
Thank
about.
you. They're destroying the
They're
evidence
So then
destroying
they
the
again,
would know
evidence.
that.
and not
So
doing
Anything to
no
make
the
the
evidence
parties
investigation.
look
on their
bad.
body cams, they'll know because everybody that was involved has a camera. So
That's
if Bird's camera is destroyed or there's no information, now you got other grounds to manage. But again, I'm gonna feel like that this process you've given up your constitutional rights. I don't think you have them because again, they can arrest you on site, they can question you on site, they can beat you on site, and all they got to say is you were a threat. You posed a threat. They were endangered, and they're going to believe them because they are the law. They're above the law, to be honest.
okay. Key, what you say? Kiana? Come back to Kiana. Patsy, same question. Would it shock you to learn that both the president and his spin doctors have no misgiving as it relates to using propaganda to influence public opinion?
Oh, they're gonna use anything they can to illegally shoot or detain somebody and get rid of people that are against them. That's what I say.
All right. Timmy, same question. All right. Robert. He has left the meeting. Same question, Robert.
Sorry, what's the question?
Would it shock you to learn that both the president and his spin doctors have no misgiving as it relates to using propaganda to influence public opinion?
No.
Okay.
That's my answer. No.
Tanya. He has joined the meeting. What do you say?
I say no. It would not surprise me because that's the goal. The goal is to suppress the media, suppress our right for freedom of speech, suppress our right to the Second Amendment.
Yep.
We can't have it, but they can.
Yep.
And we're already and we're being led by a fascist administration
Yep.
saying that they're the law, and we got to be ruled by laws and regulations. But how does that work out when you got a criminal running the country?
Right.
That's my say.
Sean?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, this is how this administration was built. This is what it ran on. This is what it said it was going to do. And this is their goal on how they want to function.
Okay. Duchess, are you still with us? All right, Greg.
He's continued that same old line that he used when the COVID came. Oh, things are gonna get better. That's just the same thing that he's using
He
now,
didn't say that
talking
shit.
about the gas is low, prices is low. Oh, every inflation, I got rid of it. Affordable is. He said, I like to say things is low price now. It's all a lie. It's lies. And then he don't want to share the actual numbers because he know that it's a lie what he's saying. And then he talking about his approval rating. My approval rate is high. The people love me. The people laughing in front of his face, laughing at him. He's saying, where do you see your numbers high at? So he's delusional and he got frontal dementia.
Okay. Gregory, same question.
Um, when you're saying spin the narrative for propaganda, I don't understand how y'all don't feel like it's the Democrats doing that in this Democratic state in Minnesota. I mean, in Minneapolis, right? In goddamn
The state is Minnesota. You was correct.
excuse me, in Minneapolis, and they they was just found on a whole bunch of fraud. The government over there, all the Democrats over there, and all of a sudden we got this big ass these protests going on because they want to change the narrative. They want to switch the focus. They don't want you to look into the $8 billion that was taken from American taxpayers. It's craziness to even be like, no, Trump is trying to spin the narrative for what? How does this make him look good? These
Okay.
people out here having to kill the citizens because the citizens don't know how to be citizens and mind their goddamn business. They're telling the ICE agents to fuck around and find out and try it on them as if they're illegal immigrants and they're not. And then you got the illegal immigrants telling you, hey, let ICE do their job because I'm an illegal immigrant, and I'm telling you, I had to go through the process to become an immigrant because I had to get arrested. And then I had to wait for my day to bond out and go to court. I had to wait for my day to go to court to become a legal citizen. The shit that everybody else should be agreeing with. But no, let's hate Trump.
What?
TDS. TDS.
All right. So hold on. Everybody got a chance to answer question 3?
No, what was it? We got so lost in everything.
Bird, I went to you first, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay,
I went to you first, but
you right.
I can stay right there.
Question was about Trump and his spinoff, his whatever, his administration trying to do a spinoff of propaganda. That was the
Bird
question.
answered that. Bird was the first one.
With like media influence, yeah.
Yes, B, I'm going to come to you first again. Question number 4. According to research, President Trump continues to accuse both the mayor of Minneapolis and the governor of Minnesota of inciting an insurrection. Are these claims random rhetoric or the truth?
The truth and the fact. They're going against what the whole government, well, what his government is imposing. So they're considered domestic terrorists for not following the order. So I thought I heard or saw somebody post on Facebook that he was cutting all funding to the state, all benefits, all everything, because this is an act of terrorism. So who knows if that's going to affect the entire protest population? You're going to break them pockets, and we'll see what happens. We
And
don't
if
got to
he,
fund that. You're
Which he
going against
cannot
us.
do
and if he,
Why
and if
not?
without
he,
Why not? We're in
because
martial law. They've given up rights.
Oh,
They've
but
given up a
no.
lot of stuff. Once they go against the government, you lose rights. You don't have the same rights as me.
can
He's
I
Because
just
there's
say
government
this
officials funding that the whole agitate the ICE agents thing. It's a whole it's mad different websites where you can apply and become a protester. That's crazy. They're paying these people 1,500 to go out there and to risk their life to fuck around and find out.
And if it was against the law and against the government, why haven't they tried to veto him? Veto his law, veto him out, file something. The government is going along with it. Congress is cool. Everybody's okay with it. It's out of control. This is the only other resource we have to get this problem under control. The
let me
regular
just say that
the
that
regular
the
system
whole
couldn't fix
issue
it
about
and
the
do nothing
martial
about
law
it.
for immigration is going through the court system, because he did that from executive order, and it's one of those things that's going through the court system that was an unlawful order that he did.
Right. So it's
hmm
almost like a restraining order, right? You get a little
that's
7 day,
exactly what it is.
and then you gotta go back
hmm
and prove the reason why you needed this and justify it, right? But
Yeah.
again, they can put numbers together and see how out of control this problem is with immigrants.
But
And I'm saying
and that
we've
being
had
and that being said, it doesn't matter if they go and file this because the crime, the act, the mistreatment has still taken place.
hmm
You can't bring back this person that's been murdered.
well, hopefully you want to stop it from continuing to happen, but the
Stop
reality
obstructing justice.
is
Mm,
gonna keep happening if people get involved in and becoming a problem.
okay. Well,
that's just the bottom line.
let's
No
go
top
to
line, no middle line, bottom line.
let's give somebody else a chance to answer the question. Question number 4. According to research, President Trump continues to accuse both the mayor of Minneapolis and the governor of Minnesota of inciting an insurrection. Are these claims random rhetoric or the truth? Sean, what do you say?
All right, can you guys hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, we
Yep,
can
turn your
hear you
mic on.
now.
It is, it's not true. It's language that he has to use to make sure that he keeps his base intact.
Hmm,
I agree.
okay. Got more?
Oh, no,
Tanya,
sir.
what do you say?
Repeat the question.
According to research, President Trump continues to accuse both the mayor of Minneapolis and the governor of Minnesota of inciting an insurrection. Are these claims random rhetoric or the truth?
It's targeted rhetoric. Like Sean said, that he is language he has to use to keep his base excited. And something else I wanted to add to that. It's targeted rhetoric, but it's also a way of them trying to extort because someone said something about there was or that he was refusing to send money and stuff to their state. That is also true, but he's using them as a hostage and telling. And I had Pam Bondi send the governor a letter saying that if he turns over their voter registration file with all their voters, the list and information, that he would remove ICE from out of there. So it's a way to try to get our voters information so that they could suppress the 2026 vote.
Wow.
And that right there is the bottom line of ICE altogether in these targeted states.
Uh-huh. And if
Thank you,
you
Tanya.
listen to the narrative, the rhetoric, he says a targeted operation. Isn't that what he refers to it as? He said a targeted operation. I told y'all before when dealing with
It's a
Donald Trump,
federal
he
operation.
tells you the truth. He tells you the truth. He tells you the truth. Just listen to what he's telling you. He's telling you the truth. Even if his actions state prove something else, he tells you what he's going to do. He's setting this all up.
Yeah, I'm glad you used that last phrase better because he's never telling.
Yeah, well,
telling the truth.
that's
He's gonna
his truth.
always tell you
That's
what. But we're not gonna do that because, in my opinion, this dude lies about lies. So he's gonna always tell you what it is that he's going to do, and he has no problem with us not agreeing with it.
mm-hmm. Patsy, what you say?
It's just his way of trying to get things done that he wants to get, whether it's legal or not.
Okay. Robbie, still with us? Turn your mic on, Brimage.
I agree with Tanya.
Okay. Gregory, what do you say?
Patsy has left the meeting.
Are you asking about the governor of Minneapolis and the mayor, right? Don't they
Read
hate
the
them?
question for you again.
Yeah.
Question number 4. According to research, President Trump continues to accuse both the mayor of Minneapolis and the governor of Minnesota of inciting an insurrection. Are these claims random rhetoric or the truth?
It's the truth. Haven't he been going around? Tampon Timmy's been going around talking about we need to fight back and this, that, and the third, right? So yeah,
Tampon Timmy.
they're definitely doing it. What do you mean? These people, like I said, the propaganda is coming from that side. I don't even know how you're even pushing it. Everything's Trump's fault. TDS.
Okay. Timmy, you with us? Kiana still hasn't returned?
Yeah.
All right, Timmy, the question is, according to research, President Trump continues to accuse both the mayor of Minneapolis and the governor of Minnesota of inciting an insurrection. Is these claims, or are these claims, random rhetoric or the truth?
Of course, of course they are, according to him. That's why he's sending, according to him, they're inciting, but he's the one that's inciting. And he's only messing with them because Tim Walls ran against him. So, and he was talking about him, and he don't like people talking about him. So
Mm-hmm.
he gets, he throws a tantrum, and he gonna pay you back from what
Wow.
you said about him. So that's what he's doing. He's throwing his tantrum and his weight around. It's all gonna catch up with him eventually.
All right. So let's go to question number 5. Are these public executions due to a lack of training or the tyrannical backing that essentially states that these ICE agents are untouchable? Robert? You got to turn your mic on.
Sorry, Dave, repeat that question. I'm so sorry.
Are these public executions due to a lack of training or the tyrannical backing that essentially states that these ICE agents are untouchable?
I'm just gonna simplify it. They have a license to kill. They have
Yep.
permission that everything is okay because Donald doesn't see anything wrong that they are doing.
Say this. You got more?
Nope.
Patsy, what do you say?
Um, lack of training, and they just want to Trump hire these people just to kill people, and he don't give a hoot if you don't agree with them and you're protesting anything against Donald Trump. Then they're gonna try to harm you and kill you.
Mm-hmm. Timmy?
Yeah, they only do 47 days of training. So yeah, they're not uh well trained. So, you know, they're just not qualified, period. They got a bunch of people who probably failed trying to be FBI agent. They done failed or got kicked off of the police squad and whatnot. And, now it's their opportunity.
Okay.
That's what I see is a bunch of rogue cops that couldn't survive in that field that they was in because they was doing the stuff that the ICE is doing now.
Mm-hmm.
So those crooked cops that was doing stuff like that, oh, this is right up their alley. They would be happy to go lead the force and join them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tanya?
Bird.
Wait a minute, Bray. Let me go to Tanya and I'll come to you. Tanya,
Go ahead. You can go to Bird.
Bird.
So I just asked my son who went to the military. I asked him, how long does your training take, your basic training or whatever training you go through, for you to have graduated and become a military killer? He said about 9.5, 10 weeks is the training that the military provides you in order to deem you or graduate you to a military killer. You have the right, or you went to war, you're a killer. So I believe it is a lack, for this particular, right? But our military fights terrorism, foreign and domestic as well. They're fighting domestic terrorism right now. They're the fighters of the law. They're the law holders. So whatever training they had, I don't know how long the police go through their training. Once they graduate their training, that they become full-fledged able to fire their firearm if their threatened life isn't threatened or endangered or they feel a threat for their life. So it may not be. It could be a lack of psychological training, maybe. I don't know what they go through, but there's only so much training you get to become a killer as a cop and as someone in the federal government branch of the United States military. So they're getting about just the same amount of training to become killers. And they're given the right to kill because we got a problem. If we send our troops to another country to fight foreign terrorism, they have the right to shoot to kill.
Tanya?
That's what they are trained for. But the police is trained for city. Their train is for combat overseas and whatnot. Now,
No,
Hey,
foreign
guys.
and domestic terrorism is what they give an oath to defend in the military as well.
yeah,
We've
right.
Right.
killed women and children in every war we fought. Did it
And
change?
other countries, yeah, definitely.
So
Tanya, what do you say?
I'm gonna say that it's both, and I'm gonna say that I have a cousin who just, and my brother went to, he was in the military, and when he went to basic training, he was gone for 6 months before he went into active duty. Um, this is what they want, and I agree with what Timmy said too, that there's some ex-police officers, there's some oath keepers, there's some Proud Boys, there's some January 6s that's all in that group of people. They hired them all. And Trump released a bunch of criminals to go out and do criminal things. And it's to scare us and to show us, it's to scare us into silence and scare us not to vote. That's what the whole goal is.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sean, you need the question again, or do you got it?
Please repeat.
Okay. Question number 5. Are these public executions due to a lack of training or the tyrannical backing that essentially states that these ICE agents are untouchable?
I'm going to go with it's actually both, but it's more of the latter part of your statement. They have carte blanche. They're untouchable as of right now. They are not going to see or have any consequences to anything that they do at this present moment.
Right. Okay. Gregory?
I'm gonna do you one better. It's due to the lack of cooperation. Because if the feds, right? I'm gonna put it this way: if the feds are going to raid a drug dealer or a goddamn sex offender's house, and then you got people outside blowing whistles, and the feds are coming to kick in this door. Do you think that they're gonna spare this lady that's standing in the way? They're gonna push her out the way. And then don't let one of these people in this house, once we knock this door down in our operation, have a gun. And you don't comply
bang
to what's
bang,
going, or don't let, better yet, don't let you try to hit me with your car while I'm performing in this operation. This is
bang
crazy.
bang.
This is nuts what y'all are doing. And then
But
you're
think of
wondering, you're blaming it on Donald Trump is the craziest thing ever. No, it's a lack of cooperation from the citizens who aren't even illegals, but they want these rapists and drug dealers in their goddamn city because they want to block the fact that their government is stealing billions of dollars in fraud from them.
Mm.
Everything's and all that.
So
Can
they,
I just say that? Can I just say that the lack of cooperation, as he's saying, is coming from people who are accosting these folks with masks on and not identifying themselves? Maybe
What's the
that's
difference from the protesters? They got on dark glasses. That's a part of their outfit. They got on the highlighter jackets. They got on
Gregory,
their
I
disguise.
boy.
They're paying them people to wear this stuff. What is wrong with y'all?
All right. Let me pay these bills, and whoever that is with your TV, mute your background. All right. So again, this episode is sponsored by EmporiumPlus.org. EmporiumPlus.org is an online store. If you can't find what you are looking for in this store, then you are not shopping in the right store. Bobby,
You don't have no
tell all the
enthusiasm.
people what they can find at EmporiumPlus.org.
Well, definitely when you come over to our side, emporiumplus.org, where it's warm, inviting, and loving. We're not as cold as ice. At emporiumplus.org, you will find fashions in all brands. Envy Forever, U-Serum, Still a Man, Adopt a Parish Ladies First, SOS Support Our Sisters, some merch at emporiumplus.org. For our viewers, our subscribers, hanging there with us, we appreciate you. Smash a like, spam a comment. For the ones who haven't subscribed, subscribe. Smash a like, spam a comment. Thank you.
All right. All right, guys. Let's go to question number 6. Question number 6. Is it safe to say that President Trump and his administration supports the murderous activities of ICE? Got it. Go ahead, Gregory.
No, I'm glad you came to me. It's you liberals that are supporting this. Y'all are the ones that are having this happen. Do you not see it? It's crazy. Y'all keep blaming Trump, and Trump's like, I have nothing to do with this. This man's doing something totally different. When Obama was doing this and putting these people in cages, y'all was all cool with it. Now it's a big ass problem. I'm not getting you folks.
Patsy,
What's the question again? I'm sorry.
is it safe to say that President Trump and his administration supports the murderous activities of ICE?
Of course, he supports the murderous acts of ICE. That's what he wants. He doesn't want people coming against him. He wants to be a dictator. And how else he's going to be a dictator if he doesn't scare people, you know?
Okay. Tanya, what do you say?
I say yes. Yes, they do support it. He wants to run America like Putin runs Russia. And when Obama did do it, there was protest against him, but he didn't send agents after people and
The
kill them
agents
in the
was
street.
in those camps.
Gregory,
Wake
you're
those,
doing it
You
again.
had
wake it
your
up.
say. Now let me have my say.
She's rebuttaling what I'm saying, but
She's
I'm
not.
telling
She's
But
answering
she
the
wasn't
question
finished,
that's being
Reggie.
presented. She's answering the question that's being presented. If her answer happens
Get
to
him,
be
Patsy.
rebuffing what you're saying, then that is her
That's
right
my
to do
answer.
so because that is her answer.
Mm-hmm. Thank you,
Go
David.
ahead.
Thank you, David. So yes, I think that it's like what Patsy said. That is exactly what he wants. And I said he wants to run America like he's running Russia. He wants us to be alone and have no allies and have no one to come to our aid, so that he can keep us isolated and broke, and he be the one with all the money, and we have to rely on each other and try to survive.
Okay. Timmy, you still with us? Come on, guys.
Yeah,
Is it safe to say that President Trump and his administration supports the murderous activities of ICE?
of course he does.
Okay. Robert?
Yes, I agree with Tanya. Yes.
Okay. Bird?
Say it again. I got lost
Is it
somewhere.
safe to say that the president and his administration supports the murderous activities of ICE?
Yes, they support it. They've been given that right to do so. Shoot and kill. Shoot by any means necessary is basically what they got.
Mm.
It don't make it right, but that's just what it is.
It's funny that you say that. There was that wasn't at the slogan of the Black Panthers and the FBI, the head of FBI wanted to lock all of them up. Do y'all's research.
Yes, that is David.
Yes, that's how Asada ended up getting framed.
So let me explain something to y'all too, right? And actually, and then I'm gonna go right to Sean. So I don't need a rebuttal regarding this. I think that our presidential administration is having movie night, and I think these guys are watching all the old movies like what is that, State Property, Get Down and Lay Down, because they're starting to use street vernacular. They F around and find out. I'm telling you, I don't unless these people, this is the way they talk all
What
the
do you
time.
mean? Trump been talking like this? That's why we voted for him.
My point exactly. Sean, same question.
Repeat the question, please.
He thank you. This is the first thing you agree with all night. Is it safe to say that President Trump and his administration, I gotta be quick, supports the murderous activity of ICE?
Support it. They initiated it. They created it. They, in my personal opinion, I think that a good portion of ICE is a lot of the J6ers.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer this one. Yes, I do think that that group of sadists supports this murderous activity. I think they might have received a memo from Big Papa Trump telling them to go out there and make him proud. Do the most heinous things possible, and you will be rewarded.
Yep.
Heal Trump.
Because our laws couldn't control it. It's
So
out
you
of
think he's
control.
seen the Players Club? You think he said, "Do something to make me feel good"?
He probably did. He probably did.
The immigration issue is out of control. The government can't handle it. The local states don't want to deal with it. So who else got to deal with it? We're paying a lot of money to keep them here.
No,
So
boss. I'm gonna do something to make you feel great.
let's keep it a buck. If one immigrant hurts your family, you're gonna have different views. You're not gonna feel the same way you
You
feel
know
about
why? Because we're making America great again.
other countries run the exact same way.
Here's what's crazy.
Some shit ain't getting out of control because they handle it. There ain't no immigration. There ain't no ICE that exists in other countries. They make us get citizenships if you want to live in these countries. I can't just move to Jamaica and think I'm not a citizen there. If I don't get citizenship, I gotta go. What's the difference that we're saying?
You hear me telling you this right today, and mark this down on your calendar. ICE is a test. This is a test run for his secret police. This is what they are. Their loyalty is not to any other governmental branch. They are solely in place to do the bidding of Donald J. Trump. That's it.
And they're in Maine already. So
yes, and they're coming to a city near you real soon.
I was about to say, so I guess Minneapolis is feeling the test. They
That's
was just
why
in
it baffles
Louisiana
me.
and nobody got killed.
That's why it baffles me that people in the
Yes, they was
world
just in Louisiana and nobody got killed.
I thought ICE was in
Over
Revere.
3 months or something. They was already talking about this. This don't make any sense. But
ICE
when
is
you
in
start
Massachusetts.
protesting and obstructing justice, you see what happens? Fuck around and find out.
Sean, you were saying something?
I was going to say, it baffles me when I hear people, in my private life on the setting, this, and the other, that these things are happening in the world. But individuals can have the mindset that because it doesn't affect them, they don't care or they don't bother or this and the other. This is in your back door. This is in your backyard.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Because it may not affect you at the moment personally because they're not in your particular face, it's going to affect the things that you are associated with. To when we do stand up and do the protesting and this, that, and the other, and we do whatever the case may be, and when he throws out this rhetoric that he's going to withhold fundings and this, that, and the
Mm-hmm.
other, he can throw that out there all day long. At the end of the day, he has to get the okay from Congress to withhold anything. But the mere threat of it, and then when he has the different cronies that's running the different agencies that he's asking them to do what he needs for them to do, and they like what you all said it earlier, to where it's almost like a 7-day restraining order. Like he can do something, and then they have to go to court to be like, hey, what you just ordered those individuals to do was not legal. So we have to undo that.
Good luck. And Sean, let me stay right there with you. And Gregory, I'm going to come to you last on this question. So get ready. And
What
so
the
just
fuck?
and let me instruct you. Do not interrupt anybody. Let them give their answers because you're going to get to speak last. So that means you can speak on anything that you don't agree with at the end. So get you a piece of paper, write it down. So you'll be ready to dispute anything they have to say, but do not interrupt them because this is for a reason. There's a method to my madness. All right, here we go. Sean, I'm gonna stay with you. Question number 7. Question number 7. If ICE agents are publicly killing American citizens, can you imagine what type of horrors await the detainees in the concentration camps?
We already know what's coming down the pike.
But
There's
you
no
want to have
imagination. There's no
go Guantanamo
imagination
Bay?
to.
Go ahead, Sean.
No, that's pretty much it.
One more time, because Bird was saying something.
I like what he actually said. It's actually that's what it's going to be. Guantanamo Bay, to where
They were torturing, beating, and
things
killing those
was
guys.
they're gonna be doing all that stuff, and there's gonna be nothing that anybody can do because who's gonna report it?
It's already going on. They already
Yes,
reported.
sir.
They already reported. I already seen it all. They feeding these people the garbage of foods. Their circumstances. How
You
they?
would believe that fortune
Now,
Oh,
cookie
did now
bullshit.
see, you're not behaving. Go ahead, Robert.
I'm gonna do. I will say this tonight during the whole show. There's been a lot of interruptions, but when it comes
You
to other
can't get
person
it out.
to talk, they don't get interrupted because they're trying to lead the conversation. Viewers, take what you want out of this conversation. Don't be fooled by someone leading your path like Trump does.
Amen.
And you know you done pissed them off, Gregory, because you got him talking to the viewers. Bert, can I take your rebuttal
Close up on the
or
camera.
your as your answer, or do you got more to add? B,
Say the question again.
if ICE agents are publicly assassinating American citizens, can you imagine what type of horrors awaits the detainees within the concentration camps?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Guantanamo Bay. I don't know what it. I think Guantanamo Bay is closed now, but those foreign and domestic terrorists or whoever they were over there, they were treated like shit. Beat, killed, all of that shit went on over there. So yes, it's the same treatment they're gonna get. They're gonna get whatever's needed to keep order. You act up, you getting beat up, or you could be killed.
Okay. Timmy, same question.
Yeah, I agree with Bird.
All right. Patsy?
Ah, I can imagine how they could set up something like how Hitler did at those Jewish concentration camps, put them in gas chambers,
Oh,
kill
shoot.
them, put them in slave labor, and then if you're not able to work, got a disability or whatever, or you too old, they put you in a gas chamber.
Wow.
That's
I didn't
awesome.
even think about
I
that.
can see it
Let's go,
happening.
Patty.
Wow. Tanya?
I'm agree with Patsy because he's a Hitler fan.
Mm,
Hello.
mm, mm, mm. Uh, Gregory, I believe it's on you. Do you need the question or you got it?
Let me get the question again.
Boy. Question
Mm.
number 7. If ICE agents are publicly killing American citizens, can you imagine what type of horrors awaits the detainees within the concentration camps?
And I just want everybody to go look it up for themselves. Just look it up for yourselves. They
Yeah, go
already did
ahead.
it.
Go. It's
Comparison
your time.
between these so-called concentration camps that these people's being detained at for Trump compared to the real concentration camps that Obama had. And it's so crazy that we are even doing this. How are y'all even worried about what they're gonna do to rapists and drug dealers? These people that are coming in, they might even be coming in here trying to infiltrate our farms and all this other stuff that's going on, giving us diseases. What's wrong with you guys? I don't get it. Let them kick them out. Let them do whatever they bring them to Guantanamo Bay, waterboard them motherfuckers. Do everything to them. Figure out what the fuck they got going on. Because once again, these people aren't your neighbors.
I know they're very bad people.
70% of the people that have been arrested and put in concentration camps don't have any criminal records.
What
Hello.
concentration camp?
What?
What concentration camp?
They
They're
already
being
disclosed
detained
that
where? Did you see these
they're holding
places?
them, that they're detaining them. They already said that. Your
They're not
people.
concentration camps.
So what are they? What are they referring to them as?
They're just the place where they're being detained at. It's definitely not no Hitler concentration camp.
Okay.
What's wrong with you people?
But wasn't that the narrative of other tyrants at first
What do
too?
you mean? Obama deported more people. This doesn't make any sense. Who's your king? Who is your king?
Jesus
The
Christ.
fuck?
Don't make no sense. Y'all are cool with this guy doing it, but as soon as this guy comes, he's trying to be a white savior. He wants to be the next Hitler. It's crazy.
All right, I'm gonna stay with you, Gregory. Hold on. All right, you guys. This is the last question. God bless y'all. Y'all made it through them.
That's all y'all see is the immigrant. What about the money he's bringing to this country?
I'm not. We gonna talk about that in a
Cutting
minute.
other countries off. You owe us money. Pay us or else.
All right, we're gonna go to the last question. We're gonna go to Gregory first, and Tanya.
Wow.
Tanya,
Yeah.
get your thoughts together.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Gregory first. Gee, this is the last question of the night. So it's on you. Question number 8. Will the mighty American nation implode due to domestic terrorism, or will the people of the land rebel against the true domestic terrorists? What do you
I
say?
think the retards in Minneapolis doing the retarded stuff that they're doing, they're gonna be about the only people that's doing this for. It's the same thing as the No King's Day and all these other protests that they had a protest almost every month since this dude's been in office. It's craziness. It's just one more for the books. It's gonna come. It's gonna go.
Okay. Robert, you ready? Thank you for your participation and your insight, Gregory. Brimage.
Okay. Somebody said something I wanted to address, but can't remember. Hit me with the question.
Okay. Question. Question number 8. Will the mighty American nation implode due to domestic terrorism, or will the people of the land rebel against the true domestic terrorists?
I believe the people of the land will try to restore some type of order by the blessing of Jesus Christ. Hopefully, it works out in our favor. But I will say this person that is leading your paths, your narrative of how they want you to believe in their nonsense, just bullshit, period. I'm starting to believe this in my deepest hearts. There is a lack, and I'm going to use it loosely, a lack of common sense and the commonwealth.
Oh, okay. I like that. All right. Thank you for your participation and your insight. We appreciate you. Timmy, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Will the mighty nation of America implode due to domestic terrorism, or will the people of the land rebel against the true domestic terrorists?
The people are already doing that. You see it. The people doing it already.
Mm,
You seen the No Kings protest. You see it across the country.
okay.
So yeah, the people are already doing it.
All right. Thank you for your participation and your insight. We appreciate you. Patsy, it's on you, beloved. Will the mighty American nation implode due to domestic terrorism, or will the people of the land rebel against the true domestic terrorists?
We're already rebelling against the true terrorists with all these protests. He ain't just that terrorists in office has not come to every state just yet, or hasn't been a lot of killings in every single state.
Let me get in, Dave. I gotta go.
All right, B. Patsy, thank you for your participation and insight. Appreciate you. Bert, will the mighty American nation implode due to domestic terrorism, or will the people of the land rebel against the true domestic terrorists?
I think if the people decide to rebel, they're gonna get exactly what you said is gonna happen. Now the country is out of control. Guess what happens?
Martial law.
Amen. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, thank you for your participation. We appreciate you. Sean, it's on you. Same question.
Sorry, move that question one time.
Will the mighty American nation implode due to domestic terrorism, or will the people of the land rebel against the true domestic terrorists?
Yep, I like what Bird said, but if I was to put my spin on it, the people will rebel against it. On this, and I'm going to make straight to white America.
Okay. You have more? Or was
Nope,
you done?
that's it.
All right. Repeat
That's
that
the
last
bottom
line
line.
because you kind of
I,
faded out.
oh, sorry. I said I agree with what Bird said, but if I was to put my own spin on it, the latter part of your question was, will the people rebel against it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the American people will rebel against it, and it will go in and it will have an effect because it will be white America.
Yeah.
Once, because right now, when it was happening to any and everybody else,
Yes.
it's just what it is. But now it's happening to white America. And they are now going to be like, this is not what it is what we signed up for, but we don't like what we signed up for.
Mm-hmm. All right, my brother. Thank you for your participation and your insight. We appreciate you. Tanya, it's on you, beloved. Take us home. Will the mighty American nation implode due to domestic terrorism? Or will the people of the land rebel against the true domestic terrorists?
Bird has left the meeting.
This is good versus evil. Evil
Mm-mm.
comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
Ah,
I got
So,
preach.
so yes, it will implode because the evil will have his day, but good always overcomes evil, and the people will rebel and have the last word.
Thank you, my sister, for your participation. We appreciate you. All right, guys, this has been the Still a Man podcast. See you guys next week. God bless you.